Welcome to Beginner Slow Flow Practice. Today we will stretch and move together, as well as explore some basic postures that are common to most flow practices. Remember, this is your time. Take a moment to set an intention and make modifications where needed. I'm so thankful you are here. So today we'll start in a child's pose posture. So bringing your toes to touch and your knees nice and wide, let your belly fall through your thighs and reach your fingers towards the top of the mat. Just begin to slow your breath, inhaling and exhaling, using the diaphragm to move the air through your body, and then out once again. Inhaling and exhaling. Go ahead and reach your right arm over to the side of the mat and place your left hand on top to feel a nice stretch on the side here, opening up the left side of your rib cage. Continue to breathe nice and deep. Shoulders are nice and square. And then go ahead and move your left hand to the left side of the mat, right hand on top. And now feel the stretch on the right side of the body. Continuing to slow the breath here. Inhale and exhale. Now begin to move back into your child's pose, stretching your fingertips up towards the top of the mat, letting your forehead fall to the mat. Good, and now we're going to explore what's called puppy pose. So now keeping the hips high, continue to reach the fingers. It's a little bit deeper of a shoulder stretch here. If you'd like to even make it a little bit more deeper, you can bring your chin to the mat, looking up. Move slowly into a tabletop position, bringing wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, belly button in towards the spine, and moving into what's called a threaded needle, so reaching the right arm up and underneath the left arm, letting that right shoulder rest on the mat. You can reach your left fingertips towards the top of the mat, or if you'd like to come into a half bind, reach the left arm straight into the air, hinge at the elbow, and then reaching for the right thigh here. Opening up the shoulders, continue to breathe and stretch. Coming out of the half bind, reaching forward, and then coming out of your threaded needle. Good. Cat and cow, so arching and tucking the chin, and then inhale as you extend, looking up towards the ceiling. Moving through the cat and then extending through cow, continuing to breathe. Good. Arch and tuck, draw belly button in, drop hips and belly, extend, shoulders are pressed down, and arch, exhale, inhale, cow. Good. Continue to breathe. Nice, finding that neutral posture, this time reaching left arm up underneath the right armpit, letting the left side of the head fall to the mat, reaching right fingertips towards the top of the mat here. Breathing. If you want to explore that half bind on the other side, really opening up the shoulders, continuing to breathe nice and deep, making sure that your hips are square. Good. Extend and bringing that arm up and over, coming out of this posture slowly up through table. Nice. Explore cat and cow once again. Extend, arch, tuck chin in cat. Extend into cow, looking up towards ceiling. Arching up, cat. Extend, belly drops, rounding shoulders and back, chin to chest, and letting them fall. Finding neutral spine, coming back into that child's pose. Continue to breathe, inhaling and exhaling here. And now moving through your spine like an ocean wave, dropping the hips down to the mat and then pressing the mat away from you. Cobra posture, shoulders are down, neck is long, legs are strong and together. Good, and pressing back into child's pose once again. Breathe nice and deep here, rounding through, dropping hips. Press mat away, coming up a little bit higher this time, still keeping the hips on the floor, shoulders down. Cobra, dropping chest to mat, pressing mat away, and coming into your table. Neutral spine here. Tuck toes underneath you and press up into a downward facing dog. So take a moment here to explore this posture, feeling the legs begin to lengthen, pressing the mat away from you, pressing your back towards your hips, and breathe nice and deep here. Inhale and exhale. Taking your feet, walking them forward to your hands, forward fold. Let the head be heavy. Go ahead and walk out that forward fold. You can grasp opposite elbows and sway side to side if that feels good. Placing hands on shins now, or hands to the mat. Letting that head be heavy. Good. Breathe. Coming up to stand, root to rise. Inhale, reaching up towards the ceiling, and then finally bringing thumbs to heart center. Inhale, reaching fingers towards ceiling, and swan dive, leading with the chest. Bring hands to mat or shins, half lift here, lower into a forward fold. Walk the hands back, finding a nice strong high plank, and knees, chin, chest, finding yourself lowering to the mat. Press up in that cobra posture, release down, tucking toes, press up through the knees into your downward facing dog. Breathe nice and deep here. Inhale and exhale. Good. Bringing the feet forward through the hands, we'll repeat this. Sun salutation, root to rise, inhale, and exhale, thumbs to heart center. Inhale, reaching tall and swan dive down. Bring hands to shins, half lift here, and lower down, forward fold. Hands to mat, walking back, find high plank. Once again, knees, chin, chest. Release the feet, press up into cobra. Good, nice long neck, lower down, tuck the toes, press up, lift hips, downward facing dog. Breathe nice and deep, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bring the feet towards the hands. Root to rise, inhale, and thumbs to heart center. Good. Let's go through this again. Inhale, reaching tall, swan dive down, forward fold. Bringing hands to shins, half lift, and lower back down. Walking feet back, find high plank and lower, knees, chin, chest, or chaturanga, which is hands and feet only, keeping the torso above the mat, and then pulling into an upward facing dog, which is just the tops of the feet and the hands, or your cobra posture. Press back into a downward facing dog, breathing nice and deep here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Good. Reaching right leg, keeping it internally rotated, three-legged dog. Bring foot between hands, finding a high lunge, really extending through the back leg and keeping the hips nice and square. And if you're ready, reaching hands towards the ceiling, shoulders down, opening up the chest, and exhale, coming back forward, hands to mat, bringing both feet together in a high plank. Lowering knees, chin, chest, and caterpillar or chaturanga. Cobra, which is hips down, or upward facing dog with the hips lifted off the mat. Press into downward facing dog. Breathe nice and deep here. Good. Lifting left leg now. Hips internally rotated, three-legged dog. Bringing foot between hands into a high lunge, extending through the back leg. When hips are square, if you choose, you can release up towards the ceiling, shoulders down, neck long. Breathe nice and deep here in this high lunge posture. Diving forward, place hands to mat. Bring left leg back to meet right, plank, lower chaturanga or caterpillar, cobra or upward facing dog. Tuck toes, lift hips, downward facing dog. Nice deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Good. Breathe and stretch. Bending knees, walk feet in towards hands. Good. Root to rise, reaching tall and bringing thumbs to heart center. Turn to face the long side of the mat, bringing legs nice and wide, toes slightly turned in. Bring belly button into spine, and as you do, we're hinging at the hips, coming all the way forward into a wide-legged forward fold. Letting your head hang nice and heavy here. Feeling the stretch in the back of the legs. Once again, an option to grab opposite elbows. Letting the neck be nice and loose and heavy. Good. Pressing hands to mat. Excellent. Coming over to the left side of the mat. Feeling that stretch on the left side of the leg. And then walking your hands to the right. Feeling the stretch on the right side. Breathe and stretch. Back to center. Pressing through the left hand, reach right arm up towards the ceiling in a twisted, wide forward fold. Breathe as you open the shoulders. Release hands and then switch. So releasing the opposite arm up towards the ceiling, really trying to square off the shoulders to open them up. Breathe here and stretch. Release, bring hands to mat. Breathe as you slowly start to come up. Go ahead and rotate to the top of the mat. Left leg is forward, right leg is back, high lunge. Bring right foot to meet left in a forward fold. Walk it out for a moment. Root to rise, inhale. And thumbs to heart center. Inhale, reach nice and tall. Swan dive down. Half lift and lower. Walking back, finding a high lunge. Lowering chaturanga or caterpillar. Cobra or upward facing dog. Excellent. Tuck toes, lift hips, downward facing dog. Breathe nice and deep here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bending your knees, coming to a tabletop position once again. And now coming into your wide leg child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. Belly comes between the thighs and breathe nice and deep using your diaphragm. Breathe. Coming forward here through your table, lowering the hips into a cobra. Press up so you have your elbows in by your side and shoulders are down. Good. Now pressing all the way up. This is an upward facing dog, so just the tops of the feet and the hands touch the mat here. Breathe nice and deep. Good. And slowly lower down. Good. So now strengthening the lower back here, placing the hands under the chin. Inhale and then exhale, lifting the chin and the chest off the mat. Hold and breathe. Squeeze the legs together to support the lower back and begin to release down, letting your arms come beside your sides. Shoulders are relaxed. Left side of the face can relax on the mat as you breathe. And just breathe here. Bringing hands under chin to repeat. Exhale, lift the body off the mat, squeezing the glutes and the inner thighs together. Breathe here for 2, 1, and release. Bring your arms back by your side, letting the right side of your face fall to the mat and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Good. Slowly bring your hands by your chest and press up off the mat. We're going to come up to a seated posture. Go ahead and move to the back of the mat, and we're just going to take the mat and roll it up 2 or 3 times to have a little extra support for our lower back as we come into another posture. So sitting on the edge here, this is going to help tilt the pelvis forward and support that lower back as we find a forward fold. So reaching up nice and tall in a nice straight back, leading with the chest, keeping the back as straight as possible. Come into this forward fold, feeling the stretch, bringing belly button to spine, hamstrings are long, and then slowly begin to lower your chest towards your thighs. And breathe nice and deep. Inhale and exhale. Flexing the toes to help support your core. Begin to slowly come up to a seated posture, bringing right foot to the inner thigh of the left leg, and then reaching towards that extended leg. Breathe nice and deep here. Inhale and exhale. Once again, coming up, bringing both legs together, belly button to spine, reach forward, seated forward fold. See if you can come a little bit deeper into this stretch this time. Keeping the back nice and flat. Inhale and exhale. Good. Begin to come up slowly. This time bringing the left foot to the inner thigh, opening up that left side. Inhale and exhale, reaching towards the right foot, the right leg, belly button stays in. Really support that core here. And release forward. Breathe nice and deep. And slowly begin to come up to a seated posture. Extend both legs and release the rolled mat behind you. Good. And we'll slowly come down to the ground on our back. So sitting up, shoulders are pressed down, neck is long, lower for 3, 2, 1. Release all the way down to your back. Good. Reverse child, hugging both knees into chest and rocking side to side, nice and slow. Good. Breathe. Coming into reverse pigeon, so a supine pigeon, extend both legs, cross right leg over left, and then reach between thigh and hip. Bring your hands to the hamstring and slowly bend the left knee towards the chest. You're going to feel a nice opening on the right side. Shoulders are pressed into the mat. Neck is nice and long, and breathe. Good. Hold here. Release. Opening up, grabbing the outsides of the feet into a happy baby. Drawing the knees in towards the rib cage, feeling that nice stretch in the hips. Rock side to side. Good. Release. This time we're going to bring the right knee over, crossing over the extended left leg. Feel a gentle twist as you reach your right arm out to the side, keeping both shoulders pressed down. Good. Inhale and exhale. And release the leg. Hug the knees into the chest for a moment and then extend both legs up, bringing left leg over right, reaching between the legs, and draw the right knee in towards the chest, feeling the stretch on the left side, opening up that hip in a supine position. Shoulders are pressed into the mat, neck is long and straight. Good, go ahead and release. Once again, find that happy baby. Draw those knees in nice and tight and feel that hip opener as you sway gently side to side. Extend now, this time bringing left knee in, crossing it over the right straight leg, and extend the left arm out to the side, looking off towards that side. So you're looking away from the leg, keeping the shoulders pressed into the mat. Go ahead and come out of this twist. One final big stretch before you release into your final posture, Shavasana. Letting the legs fall open to the side, hips open and release. Breathing, inhale and exhale. Palms towards the ceiling, shoulders are relaxed, opening the chest. Neck is long, releasing the lines around the forehead, the eyes and the mouth. Letting your lips part slightly and bringing the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Inhale and exhale slowly. Inhale and exhale. Breathe. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and toes, telling yourself it's time to come back. When you're ready, slowly roll into a fetal posture on one side. Rest here for a moment, and then press up to your seated posture. Sitting nice and tall, shoulders up and back, opening up the chest. Inhale, reach hands towards the ceiling, bringing thumbs down one last time to chest. Good, and then release them to your thighs. When you bring peace to your past, you can move forward to your future. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.